All right, welcome back, good people. On this video, I want to talk about the key to effective storytelling. Now, when you think about it, many of us grew up on stories, and I'm someone who loves stories. You probably are too, right? And if you are, you can just sit and listen from story after story, especially if you're kind of captivated by what the story is talking about. And from time to time, you'll share bits and pieces of the story with different people. But since I'm talking about the public speaking industry this week, I want to share a little something I did research on this week called the key to effective storytelling. And it goes like this. The first thing to remember is people don't hire speakers. They hire experts who speak. Let that flow through. Experts who speak. That's why you're going to focus on becoming an expert first, and then as you get better at that, then speaking opportunities will come to you because people will want to know how you did that, right? And can you teach them how to do the same thing? Now, when you focus on sharing your story, you put yourself as being the hero. So when you speak, don't focus so much on talking about how great you are and your accomplishments. Talk about how what you do can help them. Now I'm going to read this entire thing, so just follow along from a mental perspective, and it'll make so much more sense to you. Now, Donald Miller, who is a storytelling hero to some, revealed in an episode of Perpetual Traffic that talking about your own hero's journey or how you overcame great obstacles is actually getting in the way of your relationship with that audience. Your story isn't establishing your expertise. According to Miller, when an audience is looking to you to solve a problem, they want to know two things. Number one, that you're empathetic. You understand their plight and feel for them. And number two, that you're an expert. You've got a process that they can follow. This means they don't care if you were down on your luck and fought your way back to success. They don't care if you climbed Mount Everest. They don't care that you built $1 million business. When you tell a story that is focused on you and your accomplishments, the audience sees another hero. Don't get me wrong, the story where you are the hero will keep the audience entertained. They'll chat with you afterwards and tell you how awesome you are. They may even want to get a selfie or get an autograph. You're a hero to them. They wish you well on your journey and then wonder who will come along to help them on their journey. Because that's what they're looking for, a way to navigate their own journey. Miller suggests that you position yourself as the guide. Think about that small, slight edge principle, the guide. The key to effective speaking is to be the audience's guide. In every hero story, a guide appears to show the hero the way on their journey. The audience is looking to you to solve a problem. They want to know that you have a process, a plan, or a solution that helps them on their journey. The people who hire you to speak are looking to you for you to further their organization or their organization's journey. You are hired and paid for speaking because you are not the hero, but you are the guide. Now, should you stop telling your story in your speech or in your speaking gigs? Well, the answer to that is no. We're human. We're social beasts. And we love, love, love listening to stories. Good stories. Yes, good is critical here. Help us pay attention and help us relate to one another. They motivate, they persuade, they capture our hearts, and they propel us to action. There's even scientific proof to suggest that when you want to be remembered by an audience, you should start with a story. But if you don't shape your story so you're positioned as the guide, it can fail you and you will fail. The story turnaround, think about that, is you're telling a story, and the story turnaround or the twist is what makes the story valuable. It's simply, in the simplest terms, the story turnaround positions you as the guide that the audience is seeking. Now, when I'm working to find the story turnaround for different clients that I'm working with, I'm looking at the process that they went through to overcome a struggle. The steps that they took, what actually worked and what didn't work for them. What is the moral of the story? That process that I use, it helps my clients as well as myself uncover a reason that will allow them to get booked for different speaking events. Their story itself is just a vehicle for showing the audience the process. The audience leaves your speech with an actionable plan to overcome their problems. Now, effective storytelling that gets you booked to speak is not your story. That is not the way it works. It's about the process that you use to overcome the struggle so you can light the way for other people. So when you tell your story to your audiences, what you want to do is kind of blend in your story, very small, with the story of how you went from not knowing which direction to go to where you actually started doing A. And as you did A for the first, let's say, 3 weeks, then you were able to understand how important it was to do B. Then you did B for another 3 weeks, and then boom, there is C. So you were doing A, B, C in a circle. Now you're totally understanding the process. And I can put you in that same position, and you can do A. It might take you 2 weeks. Then you'll understand the B. It might take you 3 weeks. It might take you a month. Then you can do, because time is important. Think about that now. Always remember that time is so important, especially when you have a business. So you want to focus on time management as well as when you speak. If you got a 30-minute speaking engagement, you need to make sure that you're able to get all your information in that 30-minute window. That's vital. Because you don't want to leave the audience hanging. You want them to know, like, and trust you as an expert that you are. Right? Alright, don't forget to like these videos, comment on these videos, and I'll see you on the next video.